In the foggy hills of Whispering Hollow, a family of 4 vanished without a trace, leaving a cabin frozen in time, plates set, lamp flickering, red dress gone. 7 years later, a chilling find under an oak tree unearths secrets that rip the town apart. Who buried their belongings? Why? Unravel the mystery with us. But know this, it's fiction, inspired by real tales for education and thrills. Will you guess the truth before the end? Like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button to dive deeper into stories that grip your soul. Stay hooked, this only gets wilder. Henry Mills jammed his shovel into the damp earth, 2 feet deep under the gnarled oak roots behind Whispering Hollow's old Protestant church. It was May 2002, the air crisp, his breath fogging. The blade hit something soft but stubborn. Heart thumping like a hammer, Henry scraped mud aside, sweat beating cold. A tattered red dress surfaced, blue, yellow, green flowers stitched faint, buried like a grim secret. "Jesus, Mike, this ain't roots," he hissed, voice splintering. Kid's dress, Lucy Harlan's, from 7 years back. Look, a broke rosary, a sandal, folded tight as a coffin. Mike crouched, eyes wide as dinner plates, radio's country twang mocking the quiet. They were just patching the church wall, not chasing ghosts. Henry unfolded a white handkerchief, RH in blue thread. "This was Roger's," he muttered, chills clawing his spine. "Someone hid this stuff deliberate." Mike gripped his arm. "Call the sheriff, this screams bad news." The find hung heavy, a whispered curse in the fog. Back in 1995, Whispering Hollow was a speck in West Virginia's Appalachia, under 300 souls, 50 miles from any city. No tourists, just dirt trails winding past shuttered coal mines and thick forests. The Harlan family lived a mile up the hill in a weathered cabin, maples blazing red come fall. Roger, 44, wore a faded ball cap, splitting logs or herding mules. A man of few words, but iron trust. "Pass the butter, Clara." He'd grunt over breakfast, steady as dawn. Clara, 39, baked bread in a backyard clay oven, sold for dollars at Sunday fairs, her wildflower altar bouquets picked pre-sunrise. Thomas, 11, was all sharp eyes and silence, turning in neat homework but dodging kid games. "What's eating you?" A teacher pressed. He just stared. Lucy, 8, was the spark, twirling in her grandma's red dress, flowers blooming across it like hope in gray hills. "My lucky one," she'd laugh, dust swirling, even at county fairs or scorching days, a doll from forgotten times. Mornings kicked off early, smoke curling from the chimney by 5. Clara stoked the oven. Roger sorted axes. Kids gulped corn tortillas, trekking downhill to school, swapping tales under oaks. Nights, they read Bible verses by oil lamp, St. Ignatius statue on a shelf, rosary dangling. They joined town meets, funerals, but a quiet weight clung Roger's grit, Clara's river-washed clothes, Thomas's dodged fights, Lucy's red dress runs. September rolled normal, corn up, Clara baking extra, Lucy singing at Mass, no hints of trouble. Last Sunday, October 1st, they filled the back pew, Lucy in red, Clara clutching beads, Roger with his hanky, Thomas unblinking. They bought cinnamon post-service, strolled home slow. 2 days later, gone. Cabin door ajar, table set, lamp low. To outsiders, they were still there, steps on paths, bread's warm scent, morning smoke. Their void would soon carve deep. October 3rd dawned foggy, drizzle slicking mud. At school, Evelyn Grant clocked Thomas and Lucy absent. They don't skip, rain or no, she thought, frowning. By 9, Jack Thompson, 14, church helper's kid, passed the cabin. Door open, Clara never left it so. "Mr. Harlan?" he called, pulse quickening. "Just rain on leaves." Inside, 4 plates, day, old bread, beds tidy, lamp flickering. Lucy's dress, sandals, Clara's rosary gone. Jack ran, slipping, spilled it to his paw. 4 neighbors climbed with lanterns, shouting names, checking bushes. No tracks, no rush signs. By dusk, 10 men with machetes combed trails, asked around nothing. No screams, no clues. Charleston deputies arrived next day, noting times, names, voluntary absence. They ruled no violence, cash untouched in a tin. Edith Reynolds swore she heard a mule pre-dawn, maybe church side. They nodded, left. Town fell quiet, no radio, mass muted, white flowers, no candles. Whispers of dead or flight swirled, filling the blank. 4 souls dissolved into mist, table still set, starting Whispering Hollow's deepest hush. By October 5, 1995, Whispering Hollow buzzed with a restless hum, unlike anything since the coal mine collapsed decades back. Not a fair or funeral, just folks gripping lanterns, leading mules, wielding machetes, eyes sharp as knives, scouring the rugged 5-mile sprawl they knew by heart. Dawn hadn't broken when groups set out, tracing muddy logging paths, crossing gullies, and poking into hunter trails snaking up steep ridges. They checked dry creek beds, now just mucky puddles, and peered into caves where drifters or coyotes holed up. Nothing but wet dirt, snapped twigs, and a silence that clawed at their guts. Over 2 days, 30-some neighbors joined, no plan, just raw will like a prayer carved in sweat. Flashlights bobbed, old compasses spun, saint charms jangled in pockets. Women brewed coffee and baked cornbread for the bone-tired searchers. Edith Reynolds lit candles at the church door, rosary clicking, whispering, "Lord, bring one back, just one." But trails led nowhere, no torn cloth, no boot prints, no signs of haste. A third-day rumor stirred. A man swore he saw a shadow slip north from the Oak Fork toward the Hollow's throat, a wild patch of overgrown mines. They combed it, boots sucking mud, but rain had erased any tracks. Nothing. On the 6th, Charleston troopers returned, now with 2 seasoned detectives and a camera guy. They snapped the cabin's set table, the lamp's last flicker, the tidy beds. Detective Sullivan muttered, "No rush here, pure pause. No scuffle marks, no theft. $50 sat untouched in a tin box." By the 12th, the report sealed it. Disappearance, no foul play. A dry stamp that meant no more patrols, no charges, just a file for dust. Grief sank deep, heavier than rage, like swallowing the hill's secrets. Folks dodged the Harlan path, not scared but shamed. Church pews shifted, Clara's flowerless altar-stung eyes. The cabin stood, walls cracking, oven webbed, hens scratching aimless. Kids crept close, hearts pounding, seeking ghosts in windows. By December, 4 months gone, Evelyn gave the church a photo from the last St. Ignatius Fest. Harlan's posed out front, Lucy's red dress bold, others solemn. It hung by the saint, yellowing slow, untouchable. Their name faded, no bread, no mules. School scratched Thomas and Lucy off rolls. Clothes rotted on the line. The altar rosary stayed till the lamp died. In '96, a woman from a nearby hollow claimed spotting a red-dressed girl on a Pittsburgh-bound truck, vague, unconfirmed. Next year, a Roger-like man, in another town, same dead end. The Harlan slipped to whispers, then shadows. Young ones barely knew the tale, Edith muttered. No names, they're truly gone. She lit candles every 3 days, dusting the photo quiet like. No leads, no proof, just an ache echoing the hills. From '95 to 2002, Whispering Hollow, grieved silent, no wake, no crosses. The cabin crumbled, vines choking, path shunned from respect or regret. School erased the kids' names by year's end. Lucy's bench sat empty, new kids uneasy. Evelyn kept Lucy's notebook, letters neat but wobbly, vowing, "If she returns, I'll show we cared." Church routines dragged, but the photo lingered, edges curling damp, a mute reminder of the unsaid. Edith's candles burned every 3 days, soft plea. Don't fade. Rumors fizzled, a man here, a girl there, all debunked. Time ate details, voices dusted, tools rusted, habits dulled. The absence wove into the land, like creek stones or dead limbs. Yet a crack lingered, unnatural for 4 to vanish in so tight a town. No feud, no debt, no foe. In '98, teens dared the cabin at night, fleeing when a beam groaned. One swore red cloth gleamed in the dark, no proof. By '99, the roof caved, walls split. By 2001, officials eyed the lot but left it barren. In 2002, Lucy, be 15, Thomas 18 city job age, but no trace, no records. Faith took the mystery, but Edith, who'd lost babes, said doubt out hurt loss. No body, no grave, that's endless hell. That spring the church wall's cracks drew a diocese engineer. Dig the base, he said. Henry Mills, 21, Roger's pal's son, shoveled first. Third strike hit soft, his gut froze. Red fabric, flowered, emerged with a sandal, rosary, handkerchief. They stopped, called the pastor, then cops. Yellow tape went up. No bones, no blood, Sullivan said. 7 years in acid dirt, DNA's gone. But the careful fold screamed intent. Edith touched the dress. Lucy's, no doubt. Case reopened. Hidden goods tied to missing. Town trembled. Scars ripped raw. From 1995 to 2002, Whispering Hollow nursed a quiet grief. No wakes, no tears spilled public, no crosses planted in the dirt. The Harlan cabin got choked by vines. Hens scattered. The uphill path shunned out of respect, or maybe shame. Nothing worth saying as folks passed by. School wiped Thomas and Lucy from the rolls by year's end. Lucy's bench sat empty months, new kids fidgeting uneasy before shifting spots. Evelyn, hair graying, kept Lucy's notebook tucked away, letters crooked but lined careful. If she comes back, she'd think, I'll show her, we remembered. Church masses trudged on, but a subtle shift hit the altar. The photo stayed, edges curling from damp, a silent nod to the unexplainable. Edith lit candles every 3 days, murmuring, don't let 'em fade. The first couple years brought flickers of hope, a man spotted in one hollow, a woman in another, a boy down south, all chased down to nothing. Then silence. Time did its work, claiming details. Voices buried in dust, objects rusted over, habits dulled by routine. The Harlan absence wove into the landscape, like stones in the creek, or dead branches by the dry bed. But some felt a lingering snag, like the world's order had cracked. Too small a town for four to vanish without grudge or debt or enemy. In '98, a pack of teens snuck into the ruined cabin at midnight for dares, hearts pounding wild. Crossing the door, a roof beam groaned and snapped. They bolted screaming. One swore he glimpsed red cloth on the floorboards, no one confirmed. Years chewed the place, roof fully caved by '99's end, walls splitting under sun and rain, the oak roots clawing at foundations. In 2001, town officials hiked up to scout the land for reuse, but 15 minutes in, they backed off. Leave it, they said. By 2002, Lucy would be 15, Thomas 18 the age. Kids bolted for jobs in Charleston or Pittsburgh, but no sightings, no school papers in their names, nothing. Faith helped swallow the mystery with resignation, but not for all. Edith, who'd lost 2 little ones in the '70s, said the pain of doubt trumped plain loss. When someone's dead, you mourn, pray, tuck 'em in your heart. But no knowing? That's a long hell. And that year, without fanfare, the crack widened. The church, wall sagging with age, got a diocese engineer for the rear crack. Dig the base to fix, he ordered. 3 locals hired, including young Henry Mills, Roger's old buddy's son. Quiet but keen-eyed, he wore a virgin medallion in his pocket. First morning, his spade hit third time into wet soil, feeling a soft yield. He knelt, hands brushing earth, stomach twisting. Red weave, dirty but flowered blue, yellow, green, on the chest. He called the crew. They paused tools, dug gentle. Out came the torn dress, stained but Lucy's clear. A small leather sandal, straps warped, a white bead rosary, snapped with beads half missing, and a white handkerchief, folded neat. Henry shook it open. RH in dark blue corner. Silence swallowed them. The boss halted work, fetched the pastor. He dialed Charleston. By afternoon, investigators taped the spot yellow. Items gloved into bags, photos clicked. No bones, no blood, they said. 7 years in this acidic ground, any DNA's wiped. But the careful placement screamed purpose, not trash, but offering or seal. Town old-timers viewed the goods next day. Doubts nil, but Edith touched the fabric, eyes shut. Lucy's, sure as day, helped her grandma pick that cloth at the fair. The sandal hers, rosary like Clara's for Lent, handkerchief Roger's sweat rag. Seen him use it plenty, 2 elders chimed. Case reborn, possible hiding of items linked to the vanished. For Whispering Hollow, it was a wound ripped fresh. Talk surged. The altar photo got cleaned. Edith lit 7 candles, 1 per year gone. Kids avoided the church back. Parents banned play there. The berries' eerie care not hurled, but folded under roots. Shadowed stirred questions. Why church rear? Town hard but hidden. Who snuck access? Murmurs built. No accident. Someone knew the family deep. Betting time would bury the truth forever. The church dig in 2002 blasted the Harlan case wide open. Shadows clawing back from the grave. Henry Mills and crew froze that May morning. Red dress emerging like a bloodied memory. Word raced through Whispering Hollow. Pastor roped the spot. Charleston detectives swarmed by noon. They gloved the finds. Dress torn and muddied, but flowers vivid blue, yellow, green. Sandal leather cracked. Rosary snapped, beads scattered. Handkerchief folded with RH bold. No bones, no blood. Sullivan grunted, camera flashing. 7 years in wet acid soil. DNA's gone for good. But the neat berry screamed, intent not dumped trash but placed like a rite or seal. Folks clustered at the fence murmuring. Lucy's no mistake. Edith whispered, fingers hovering over shown photos. Grandma sewed them Bloom's few dollars fabric from the county fair. Others nodded. Rosary Clara's lint match sandal girl. Sized handkerchief Roger's brow wiper. Seen him pull it out plenty, old Jacinto said. Case flipped hot. Deliberate concealment tied to missing. Sullivan grilled veterans. Recall October 95 oddities. Memories blurred, Mule Winnie's lights flickering but nothing pinned. They scoured the Harlan Hill again, detectors. Beeping over rust, no bombshells. Dug kitchen pits, turned zilch, no scuffle, no graves. Trekked northern wilds, quizzing hermits. Ain't seen nothing. One spat. Sullivan's hunch. Symbolic stash someone preserved, knew the church back was holy blind spot. Why their town core yet shadowed route? Shielded? Insider access hinted. Routine. Knowing maybe pulpit. Linked. List swelled. Pastors rotated, helpers fleeting, 95 boys gone. No direct tie but careful folds, depth precise. No panic, time taken under cover. Local. How unseen in tight-knit hills. Distrust brewed thick as fog. Store chatter shifted from crops to suspects. Church folk always held secrets. One hissed. Mass crowds thinned, flowers wilted, photo curled quicker. Kids got stern words. Steer clear, that wall's cursed. By July, report dropped. Items Harlan's site linked, no clergy crime. No remains, no violence proof. Intentional memory hide, it concluded. Culprit unknown. Shelved with no bones or confession to reopen. Town breathed, wary eyes darting. The failed reopen left Whispering Hollow routine bound, but tension simmered like buried coal. Church closed months for fixes, pastor pleading diocese funds. None came, tarp lingered, workers scattered. Edith's garden bloomed over the dig, her hand unspoken. Faith turned inward, candles home lit. Bell tolled sparse. Harlan photo squeezed by new icons, names fading. 2 years later, fresh detectives skimmed the file, no fire. Sealed final. Talk tabooed. Elders hushed, youth half tales. Generation learned, shadows unprobed. 2006 raised the cabin hazard they claimed. Rubble ignored, oak stubs mournful. Edith's phrase echoed. Careful means care or regret. Maybe no killer but guilt, soul stashing from shame. But that poison kin, quiet a trap. Edith fell ill mid-2007, kin hauled. Box to Evelyn. Guard for returners. Content sealed. Town endured. Paths wood, homes steeple rusted. Hill trail wild, few climbed. Harlan patch barren, weeds high, no marker. Surface scraps, time's gift. Rags remembered. Rest fate's motives, hills clutched. The church find ripped, the Harlan mystery raw, tearing at scars long thought healed. In May 2002, Charleston cops yanked the file from dust, adding snaps of the buried goods. Lucy's red dress, the sandal Clara's snapped, rosary Roger's handkerchief, relabeled, possible deliberate hide of items linked to vanished. But what? No bodies, no new trails, no named suspect, just the spot. Church rear, and stuff undeniable, Harlan. No buried date, no witnesses, no context. Detectives looped back, quizzing what folks recalled from 95. 7 years on memories, meshed with tales truths fragile. Some recalled mule whinnies, others lights in the cabin, pre-dawn nothing concrete. Cops poked the Harlan Hill excavating kitchen bits, scanning the oak fork with detectors. Found corroded pots, no more, no fight signs, no hidden graves. Hiked the hollow's throat, 2 grilling hermits in shacks. Nothing, no confessions, no dodgy glances. Sullivan declared in notes, not criminal, fine, symbolic act. Someone guarded these, knew their family value, but why, when? That divided views, some saw. Cop dodge, others possible. If preserve not erase, why church tuck? Edith sat for hers in the hall, voice soft. Lucy's dress flowers stitched, Clara's blouse shreds, Roger's rag always pocketed. Her line etched in reports, bury, knew all 4, bet no dig at church. That tilted thoughts to insider, not stranger routine. Savvy, maybe wholly tied. But who? Pastors swapped helpers, flitted 95 boys left. No clear link, but spot root sheltered, shadowed behind God's house nagged. Theory grew, buried soon after, maybe days, weeks, since goods held not rotted full. Meant, calm, dig, neat folds. Townie? How unseen? Query sprouted, mistrust. Market talk ditched weather for Harlan's again. Size glances low. Folks skipped rear pews. Masses thinned. Altar dried. Photo yellowed quick like time hurried. In July 2002, final report landed items. Harlan's place church-bound. No religious crime. No human traces. No DNA. No violence hints. Conclusion: deliberate memory stash. Author unidentified. Archived with extra, reopen only for remains or direct confession. People hush not from question lack but answer dread. After the frustrated reopen, Whispering Hollow slid to normal, but something shifted. Not just lost family recall, but buried tension like veiled among neighbors. Church shut 3 months for structural plea to diocese. No cash came, masons fired, wall tarped dark, till year close. Dig spot became Edith's. Quiet garden stones circled flowers planted, her touch unsaid. Neighbors shied holy events. Faith domesticated candles, home no altar. Bell rang rare for burials or storms. Harlan photo sidelined by new pleas, new names. Lucy, Thomas, Clara, Roger turned mystery furniture there, but silent like paintings no one eyed or dared remove. In 2004, new delegate eyed the file less than a week. Verdict held no fresh tales, no reopen. Folder red stamped archive, definite, and silence deepened real. Town avoided the yarn. Visitors probing the Hill House or Red Girl got topic switches. Kids grew on fragments. Grasping some asks stayed low. Whole generation learned in Whispering Hollow, certain shadows unvoiced. In 2006, officials demolished the Harlan Place official risk and squat. Neighbors accepted, resigned. No rubble claims. Oak halved. Just stones, dust bushes took over. And so it locked, no house, no answers. Harlan absence etched the ground, visible void, no build. Some kids chilled passing, others bloomed flowers hoping unlikely return. Edith, down to monthly candles, hair, white breath short, but she'd say, buried careful, means loved, or repented. That simple line gained traction among lingering talkers. Idea the hider, no murderer, but guilt-driven, choose it, conceal over destroy. But in small hills that question dangers kin to suspects, friends, to aid, silence to snare. Mid-2007, Edith sickened, kin carted to Charleston. Before she left Evelyn a wood box, guard it. If someone returns, give 'em a tailpiece. No one knew inside. Box stayed intact years. Some guessed letters, others hanky. Truth, like much in the hollow, remained closed. Nearly a decade after the 2002 dig, Evelyn Grant's health waned in 2013. Frail and bedbound, she scribbled a will listing her simple belongings, the cabin, old books, and Edith's wooden box. Not mine, she wrote. Piece of an unfinished yarn. Open, respectful, no nosy. She handed it to Ben Reynolds, Edith's nephew, a steady carpenter in his 40s from Charleston, visiting twice yearly. Ben shelved it in his workshop, dust settling months. Then a stormy November day, curiosity bit, he cracked it open. Inside, a red fabric scrap with 3 flowers stitched rough like kid work. A notebook leaf and Lucy's scrawl. Baked bread with mom. Thomas skipped but dad ate. A blue bead rosary thread broke. And Edith's faded note. This wrapped in cloth left my door December dawn 95. No knock, no words I didn't ask. Kept it cause meant for me. 2 months after gone. Ben's pulse raced. If dropped then someone lingered, or held good sending hush signs. No cop rush he sought Evelyn. They talked long by her bed. Means, survivor messaged. Ben said, voice cracking. Or holder signaling. Evelyn nodded. Copy but hold tight. A year later Ben took it to reporter Art Brooks, disappearance specialist. Art snapped pics, noted but held publication. Gaps echo louder than facts. Box returned to Ben's bench guarded. Its truth simple yet deep. Life stretched brief. Someone walked Edith's way, left traces unseen. For law no shift sans proof. But it bridged not lost but try at safe. Whispers clung to Gabe Harlan, Clara's cousin. Subtle close. 9538 solo shack. 20 minutes off odd jobs. No family deemed odd, not dangerous. Kinda kids tight. With Thomas pre-law seen together often. File skimmed him, witness nil. But 2005 home empty, no goodbye. Ben pieced later Edith's words. He visited despite Roger bars. Carried Thomas after fall. Box scan showed Lucy's page corner doodle. Oval face mustached. Hatted, not Roger. Not Thomas. Evelyn eyed it. Uncle Gabe, she said. Thought kin, not him. Theory sprouted quiet. Gabe last seer, helper or harmer. Vanished clean, no state records, shack weeds. Vague spots, one market tool, sell another field work. In 2018 Ben shared with Art, who dug files, kin links. Nothing but Roger's ledger, faint pencil. Bar G, talk Clara first. Hint rift, why worn days before, unanswered, but painted, Gabe knower, extra fled shield, or escape. Name off missing lists, but his hush weighed like Harlan's yarn, starting known paths, ending unnamed. Church reopened 2021, rear concreted garden gone. No plaque but candles lit sidelong. Laminated photo left pew. Lucy red popped. School lore. Girl. Buried dress family. Ribboned red next. Ben 50s trunked box with copies notes. Fear ain't forget, it's dare not speak. Evelyn died 2022 82 will. Some waited, not all quiet. Ben carved it, shop hung. Path wild spot, barren seeds fail 2 decades. 2024 film crew probed kin tide. Woman nothing grows. Doc viral buzz, outsiders poked. Ben faceless showed box red note. No claimers. If gladly. Added survivors shun find. Twist lingered Gabe. Perhaps aided flight from family, dark violence or crisis. Guilt buries sacred Edith, scraps flee. Unsolved, but humanized. Care and horror. Whispering. Hollow serene paths nowhere. Church blooms, school new patch empty. Memorial where nothing sprouts, memory holds family routine swallowed day.